Hi, and welcome to episode 19 of CultureWatch Radio. I'm Andrew Smith, and with me is Bill Muhlenberg. Bill, we've got a new Victorian MP on the scene, and she's causing a bit of a stir. Tell us.
Yes, indeed. A very good value MP. They tend to be a bit rare. Rachel Carling Jenkins, late last year in the Victorian elections. She won a seat in the west of Melbourne. And, she's been stirring things up a bit, no question. In her inaugural address, she pulled no punches. She came out fighting. In fact, she said, look, if you want me to just sit around and do nothing and, go with the flow, well, that's not me. I'm here to stand up, especially for those who have no voice. So she made it clear that people like the unborn were going to be in her sights. And she even quoted people like Wilberforce and Martin Luther King Jr. So she made it quite clear that this is no, bench warmer. This is somebody who's going to stand for what she believes in. And so this new member of the Democratic Labour Party has been holding true to her word.
Bill, she's introduced a controversial new bill. What's it all about?
Yeah, she certainly has. Again, as we mentioned, true to her word, she's standing up for those who can't speak for themselves, in this case, the unborn. In fact, it's probably worth letting Rachel tell us all about it.
Hi, Bill. This bill that I've just introduced into Victorian Parliament is called the Infant Viability Act. It is a bill that will protect women who are in distress, particularly or in late-term pregnancy. And it's also designed to protect our preborn children, which is something that I'm very passionate about. So infants, as you know, from 20 weeks gestation and on can feel pain, and they are viable outside the womb in many cases. And this bill is to protect these children and also to ensure that their mothers receive the best care possible in that later stage of pregnancy. As you would know, the Victorian abortion law is the worst in the world. At the moment, we can abort a child here in Victoria up to the moment that a mother goes into natural labour. This bill will seek to roll that back to making it illegal once again to have an abortion in that post-20-week period. So in that period where a baby is viable.
So, Bill, what do you think are the chances of her bill succeeding?
Well, that's a good question indeed. Of course, we've got both houses of Parliament to consider. Labour, of course, has already said they're not in favour of it, nor the Greens, nor the Sex Party. So it really comes down in many ways to what the Libs and the Nats will do. In theory, they should be on side. And there's always a handful of Labour people who tend, if they're given a conscience vote, to vote pro-life. So, yeah, the numbers could be certainly close here, and we have no guarantee at this point. But all we can do is try, and she's to be commended for introducing this bill. Obviously, the mainstream media and others are going to blast her and have her ready for daring to amend our really bad abortion laws. But, if we work hard and pray, maybe we'll have a winning chance.
And it must be encouraging for you to see new, younger faces fighting the good fight in Parliament.
Yes, absolutely. It's, it's a joy to see people that actually, 1 or 2 years ago, 5 years ago, you didn't even know they existed. You didn't know there were these young champions waiting to get in. Some of us old guys, we've been around, we're fighting the fight, and we are looking for new blood, both in the culture wars and in the political scene. So for somebody like Rachel to come along and just be, fully on side, ready to go, pro-life, pro-faith, pro-family, that sure is an encouragement, and I think we all can take heart that people like this do exist, and we certainly need to see more like them getting into the political arena.
And for her and her own story, she actually became an MP as a result of coming to the March for the Babies and wanting to do something.
Yeah, absolutely, which shows the value of the march. We think we do it every year, and wonder how effective it is. But as you say, if it can get somebody like this to really take a stand, get in the political arena and fight the good fight, well, that's a good payoff indeed.
Well, she's taken the lead. What can we do to get in behind and support her?
Well, good question. Obviously, if you're in her electorate, you need to give her all the support you can. Give her a phone call, an email, take her out for a cup of coffee. She can use all that. But anybody, certainly in Victoria, we can pray for her. We can encourage our own members of Parliament here in Victoria to support this bill. So as usual, we have a job to do a bit of lobby work. We need to get the word out, share the bill with our contacts, get it on the social media, talk to your own local member and encourage them to do the right thing. And as we say, keep Rachel and people like her in prayer. They certainly need it.
As always, there's more information and resources available at the Culture Watch website, including the link to her dedicated Facebook page for the bill. And we'll see you again next week with another episode of Culture Watch Radio.